Dear Toastmasters, good evening.
Good evening.
I am Sneha and I will be the Sergeant in Arms for today's meeting. I welcome you all to the 13th meeting of Bright Hearts Toastmasters Club. Let me start this meeting with a small activity. Okay. I'm not able to. I'll just wait. This one? Shall I restart? Is it okay? Yeah. Can you hear me all right? Can you help me?
I have to remove it, right?
You just need to pin. Just open a white thing. Yeah. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Apologies, I'll start again. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. I am Sneha and I will be today's Sergeant at Arms. I welcome you all to meeting number 13 of Bright Hearts Toastmasters Club. Now let us start this meeting with a small activity. Okay, we will be completing words which are Christmas themed. Okay, I will say one word and you have to say the second word. Okay, Merry
Christmas.
Jingle.
Bells.
Deck the
Balls.
awesome. Secret.
Santa.
Awesome. Okay, so I think that's a good start. How about the right way is the
Right way.
awesome. That was fun. So let me begin by giving you a small overview of Toastmasters and its mission. So Toastmasters is a non-profit educational organization that aims to teach public speaking and build confidence through a network of clubs which is spread worldwide, and they meet both online and offline. So it was founded in 1924 and is headquartered in Englewood, Colorado. It boasts of a member strength of about 270,000 members spread across 14,000 clubs across 150 countries. Let me also state some of the ground rules for this meeting. So I would advise all of you to keep your phone on silent or better switch it off. I'll give you about 10 seconds to do so. Done? Alright, at Bright Hearts we advise you to talk about sex, religion and politics in a careful manner since these are very sensitive topics. We should avoid cross-talk when somebody is speaking on stage and also avoid entry and exit while somebody is speaking. You may do so when there is applause. Take the left-hand side and come up on stage. The refreshments will be provided during the break. And there's a water cooler there and the restroom is available to the left. Okay, without further ado, let me introduce to you the presiding officer for today. So he is a software engineer at JP Morgan. He has won the speech evaluation contest both in 2022 and 2023. He has won the international speech contest in 2024. He is also the founder of Humble Bumble Bookstore Book Club, which is the fastest growing online community of readers in Bangalore. He is the king of bright hearts. He is very bright and all heart. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let me call on stage the president of Bright Hearts Toastmasters Club, Akshay Ibrahim Uman.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
How's everyone feeling?
Great.
Can you all hear me fine?
Yes.
Good. Welcome to meeting number 13 of Bright Hearts Toastmasters. For those of you who are coming here for the very first time, Bright Hearts is a club that was chartered about 4 months ago, right? And we are in the business of Toastmasters to not just be a club, we are here to be the club. Founded as a passion project between myself and my co-founder Arundhati, we are now a club which as of today boasts a membership strength of 30 members. So let's hear it for Bright Hearts. And to think just 5 months ago, it was just me and Arundhati trying to talk to people, trying to get our first and second members, and here we are with 30 members now. Such a huge accomplishment for all of us. Toastmasters is a platform where we all come to this stage to become better speakers, better leaders. Bright Hearts Toastmasters meets every Sunday from 4 p.m. to 6:15 p.m. Right? And when it comes to Toastmasters, when it comes to public speaking, when it comes to leadership, when it comes to celebrating Christmas, we don't just do it in a good way. We don't just do it in a great way. But we do it in the right way. Because the right way is the bright way. Now, let's get a couple of guest introductions before we get this meeting underway. For any guest, I would like you to come on stage, tell us who you are, how did you find out about Bright Hearts, and why you are here. So, why don't we start with you, sir? Why don't you come on stage? Let's give him a big round of applause. Requesting the Sergeant at Arms to mic him up. You can just clip that on.
Yeah.
Happy with that? Yeah. There you go.
Thank you.
The camera's right.
Thank you everyone. Good evening. My name is Anirudh. I am a Toastmaster from Delhi. I've been associated with Toastmaster from last 5 years, and I recently relocated to Bangalore. And as soon as I relocated to Bangalore, the first thing I was looking for is, which is one of the Toastmasters in my vicinity, and I wanted to join. In fact, the first set of people I was speaking to when I relocated were people from Toastmasters. So I've appreciated this community a lot, and that's the reason why I'm here, and I'm hoping to have a very good time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Anirudh. So, Delhi Toastmasters. Which club in Delhi is this? Delhi 1. There are a lot of clubs with Delhi in Delhi Toastmasters, right? Oh my goodness. But welcome. What a coincidence. You're coming for our first ever Christmas meeting with a PO who looks like Jesus. So, that's something to tell your Toastmasters friends back in Delhi. Let's have one more guest introduce themselves. Sir, in white shirt, why don't you come on stage? Hello, let me mic you up. This one here. This is for online audience. This is for offline. Let's stand right here.
Hello, good afternoon everyone. My name is Tushar and I'm a software engineer, and I have been part of Toastmasters long back, around 2018 for a year in Noida, and I moved to Bangalore in January, and I heard about this club from Sneha, and I just wanted to check it out and see if I want to join back into Toastmasters.
Awesome. Your name is?
Tushar.
Tushar. Let's hear it for Tushar, everyone. All right. And in Noida, which club was this that you were a part of? TCS Toastmasters. Okay. Welcome. Hope you join a lot more Bright Hearts meetings and meetings in Toastmasters as well here in Bangalore. Well, on that note, we will have some time for more guest introductions at the end of the meeting. For those of you who are unaware, today we're going to have 4 speeches. There's not going to be a table topic section, but we will ensure that there is a special section for the guests at the very end. So stick around, and most importantly to the guests, please pay attention, because you've got 4 wonderful speakers who are going to be taking the stage today. But that's not all. These 4 speakers are going to be supported by a tag team, by a set of evaluators, and the person I'm about to introduce, he is the Toastmaster of the day for meeting number 13. In order to spearhead our Christmas themed meeting, give it up for a man who arguably smiles a lot more than Santa, Toastmaster Neville Shah. Would you like it?
Hello. Am I audible? Good evening, everybody, on this bright season of Christmas. before I get started with the Christmas theme, I want to play a game with you all. So, how many of you are familiar with the song Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell? Most of us. So now we will all stand up, and as I I'll show it once, and we will do the steps together. So I'll just do it once, and then I'll request everybody to stand up. Jingle bell, jingle all the way. Jingle bell, jingle all the way. Come on, let's do it together. Jingle bell, jingle all the way. Jingle bell, jingle all the way. Thank you. How many of you have wondered, why do we celebrate Christmas? Anybody knows why do we celebrate Christmas? Certain religious figure, yes. And do you know, there is a mystery behind when the Christmas festival was started and how it started celebrating. So nobody knows when Jesus Christ was born, or as Akshay said, the religious figure who shall not be named, as in Toastmasters we don't talk about three things: sex, religion and politics. But in our club also we have our godly figure, the man, the king of Bright Hearts, who has a nice ponytail, and we love to call him the Jesus of our club, Akshay. Thank you, Lord. So the mystery, when started in Germany, when people wanted to celebrate the festival of Christmas, but they didn't know when Jesus Christ was born. But during the whole December end, they used to celebrate different festivities like worshipping the sun god, and the Christians realized, okay, the winter solstice is around 21st, the longest night and the shortest day. Maybe we can add one more festival and let's name it Christmas. And that's how the tradition of Christmas started. And over the years, people started changing it as it spread across different continents. It moved from Europe to US. And in US, people thought, why not we add some sweet and taste to the festival of Christmas? And that's where the Christmas cookies came from. And have you had those sticks which we see like rounded shaped, which generally called candies? Earlier they were just white candies, and then they started adding sparkles to it to make it more lovely. So that's how Christmas became different across different continents. Let's come back to India, where we are all staying, and here we are in Bangalore. As kids, how many of you thought that Santa Claus is real? Ouch. That's a very few number. I was one part of it. For many years I thought Santa Claus is real. Every Christmas Eve morning when I used to wake up, I used to see a new gift in my cupboard. And that made me feel, oh, last night Santa visited my chimney. But then I realized, we don't have chimneys in our house. How did Santa Claus enter our home? And that's when one day I caught my dad sneakily putting a gift in the cupboard. That's when I was heartbroken and sad. And my dreams of meeting the Santa Claus were shattered. But nevertheless, we still have the Christmas theme these days also, right? How many of you celebrated the secret Santa in your office? And what were the lovely gifts you got? Mug. Anybody else? Photo. Exactly. There's a famous quote from the TV series Office, where the protagonist says that the value of the Christmas gifts you get is the budget somebody has. So you can define the value of someone by the Christmas gift you get. Before I go towards further theme of Christmas, let me talk about Toastmasters. And there was Christmas Eve with a surprise, the winds blowing. And let's come back to Toastmasters again. So today we have two sections in our meeting. The first section is the prepared speech section, where speakers will come and present speeches for 5 to 7 minutes. There are 4 prepared speeches. Generally, we have one more section of table topics, where the table topic master calls you on the stage and you given a topic to speak on, which is an impromptu speaking, which helps you grow your impromptu speaking skills. Just like Santa gives you gifts, the general evaluator and the general evaluation section is the major section of our meeting, where the prepared speakers and everybody who takes the stage get valuable feedback. So let me call upon the general evaluator for today, who will be giving us constructive feedback throughout the meeting. Before I call her, let me introduce the speaker. The general evaluator. She is a person who is the lively heart of HSR, but whenever she visits its bright hearts, she makes the stage even more brighter. So let's welcome on stage the general evaluator for the day, Tripti Tripathi.
Thank you, Brightheart and Toastmaster Daryl. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Christmas is a season of joy and giving. And let's be honest, a little chaos as well. Whether it's untangling those fairy lights after a year, or just getting over the overload of plum cakes that you would have eaten on Christmas night. So there's always an area of improvement. Much like our Toastmaster journey, today consider me as the control manager that Santa has directly sent from the North Pole, who will be making sure that the proceedings of the entire meeting goes well, and I identify the areas which could need improvement and aspects that went well, and every speech, every evaluator, every role taker shines like the star on top of the Christmas tree. So I'm not going to do it alone. I have a team of 4 members. It's called TAGL team, Timer, Accounter, Grammarian and Listener. And I'd like each one of my tag team role to come on stage and describe what their role is. Starting with the timer. When I checked with the timer about his fond memory of Christmas, he told that Christmas was never a festival back in his hometown, which was very mainstream. So once he and his sister decorated a basil plant and considered it as a Christmas tree and celebrated Christmas. With that, let me welcome Toastmaster Priyansh Tripathi on stage. Mike, yes.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Have you ever imagined why Santa never gets late in delivering his gifts?
Because of his sleep.
Yeah. Yes. He never gets late, no matter how snowy it is or how many misadventures he faces. Today, I will be the timer for the day which Santa has sent, and I will be timing today's meeting and will time everyone's speech. I will be using green, yellow, and red card. We have two segments today. One is prepared speeches and other is the evaluation session. In the prepared speeches, we have two types of speeches. One is icebreaker for the time allotted is 2 to 3. At 2 minutes, I'll raise the green card. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, I'll raise the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I'll raise the red card.
Next up, we have our counter of the day, Toastmaster and Raikari Pinshu. When I asked him about his fondest memory of Christmas, he told that in class 10, he visited church for the first time with his friends, followed by a nice meal at a dhaba. And that's for a great memory for him that is cherished today. Give it up for our counter of the day, Toastmaster Pinshu.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Merry Christmas to all in advance. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas in advance. So, let me ask you this. Have you ever noticed the number of times you use in your prepared speeches or even any of the speech you say in daily life or real-time communication? This may seem harmless, but in real life, it may become a series of misadventures sometimes. As the role of our counter, I will identify the speakers who uses these expressions, which are CRPF, which is C stands for crutch, R stands for repetition, P stands for pauses, and F stands for filler. I will identify and make sure at the end of the meeting I will report my observations and make everyone improve. To specify which are these words, C means crutch, which are like like so, well, and R means repetition of phrases like I. This means, and some crutch sounds like and So we'll meet you again at the end of the meeting for my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pinshu. To take us through the role of grammarian, we have Toastmaster Gautam joining us online.
Yes.
Please hold
Yeah,
on.
Akshay, am I audible?
2 minutes, we'll set you up. Hold on.
Gautam, you can.
Yeah. Am I audible? Can you just please confirm? Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters, bright hearts, and my dear guests. I am Gautam Surisetti and I am taking grammarian role. Before I start, I wish you all a Merry Christmas. As grammarian, it's my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I will take note of impromptu language as well as any outstanding words or quotes said by all the speakers. As grammarian, it's also my duty to introduce the word of the day. For today's meeting, the word of the day is exploration. Meaning of the word: the act of traveling around a place in order to learn about it. And another meaning to the word of exploration: investing a subject deeply. When it comes to the usage of the word, our exploration of the forest reveals stunning wildlife and rare plants. So with this, I will be taking I will be taking out the best usage of the grammar as well as the impromptu or bad usage of the grammar. And when called upon by the evaluator, I will give up my report. With this, I will hand it over to G back again. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Thank you, Toastmaster Gautam. Are you all ready, audience? Can I have a check? Are you all
Yes.
ready?
Yes.
Awesome. Are you all ready for the exploration that our grade 4 speakers are going to take us through?
Yes.
Awesome. With that, the last role taker from my tagging team, listener for the day, Toastmaster Abhishek.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes. Please clip it on.
Am I audible? Today is the bright day. So, good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good afternoon.
Today, I had the pleasure of being the listener for this meeting. My role is very simple, yet important. They say listening is a fine art, right? So today, I will be focusing attention to whatever being said during the session, and at the end, I will have questions to test your speaking skills, right? So stay attentive and focused and enjoy the session. Thank you, and I hand over to Chikaudi.
Okay, with that, I will now hand over the stage back to Toastmaster of the day, and I will come back with my board to assess if today's speeches jingled enough bells, if the evaluations were wrapped with care, or if the transitions between the sections were as smooth as the Santa's swoop into the chimney. Awesome?
Thank you, Tripti, for the singing session and introduction of all the role players and your team. When I had asked Tripti about her misadventure or adventure in Christmas, she said she used to always get a sock under one night before the Christmas Eve, and wait for Santa to put gifts in, just to realize every morning that there is no sock. So let's begin with that note, our prepared speech section. And before I call upon the first speaker, let me call upon our evaluator. When I asked him what's his favorite misadventure or during the Christmas times, he told me a very adventurous story of taking his card out irrespective of his parents restricting him of taking it out. And during the Christmas season, just like the gift Santa gives us, he gave a gift to his card in the form of scratches. That adventure became a misadventure for him. Let's give it up for Toastmaster Manish Reddy. Good evening, Toastmasters. Good evening. Today, my target speaker is Usha Kumari. Can I see her visual hand? Yes. So, her project is giving an icebreaker. It's very simple. All she has to do is introduce herself to the club and understand the structure of the speech. So, I'll be evaluating on these terms, and I wish my target speaker all the best, and I'll be back with my evaluation after all the speeches. Thank you. Before I welcome the next speaker, she told me a misadventurous story too. I mean, it was a very courageous act from her. As a kid, she participated in a drama play and was asked to be the Mary of the Indian cinema. And that day, she went on the stage wearing a sari for the first time. If you have worn a sari, unlike the left here, you know how difficult it is to carry a sari. And I remember my sister recently tried it, doing it for the first time. And I just kept laughing at her. But with that act, that was a courageous act from Usha when she went on the stage and act dressed as Mary. And with that, I call upon the next speaker, Usha Kumar. Usha, revolve as life revolves. Usha.
Can you do a quick audio check? No, just that's fine. Just can you say this is I am a Toastmaster.
I'm a Toastmaster.
Can you hear that? Is it clear to you? Perfect.
Good evening, Toastmasters and dear guests. My name is Usha Kumari, and I hail from the city which was once called the Garden City of India. Any guesses? Bangalore. Coincidentally, as I grew, so did the city. I grew to become an IT professional, and my city became the Silicon City of India. Let me take you back to my childhood. Growing up, I would see a lot of construction sites in my neighborhood. As you know, the city was transition. My eyes used to lit up when I used to see the trucks or lorries visiting these construction sites. Not because I was excited of the huge vehicles, it was all because these vehicles used to come to unload lot of sand on these construction sites. The pile of sands in these sites used to appear to me as huge mountains. As a child, climbing over these heap of mountains just felt like conquering Mount Everest with my friends. And that's because the view from the top of the sand was spectacular. Further, rolling down from those sands just felt like the best ride of any amusement park so far I've ever had. My mom used to bathe me, dress me up like the prettiest doll, warn me before I go to play, don't play in the mud. And here I was, returning back home with the shabbiest hair, my clothes full of mud and my pockets filled with sand. All set to get a nice rap from my mom. I was good at academics, good at sports, and dance, drama. I actively participated on all these activities. In fact, I won many prizes too. And I was also a class monitor. But then, life knocked me down when I entered high school. My father had a serious illness and was bedridden for the rest of his life. This tragic incident changed me completely. I started withdrawing myself from the daily activities of life. I didn't even realize when I became this reserved, girl. I didn't realize when this joyful, confident girl that I was became a low esteem girl. My family had no educational background and was not extremely, was actually had very limited financial backgrounds. At times it was hard for my parents to make ends meet. Despite all this, my parents made sure that me and my siblings had good education and become financially independent. After my graduation in computer science, I entered the corporate world. But the low esteem person inside me always held me back. Until I met this guy called Pratik. Pratik was just a graduate fresh out of college, very talented, quick learner, confident, tall, handsome, charming, very humorous, and above all, always surrounded with beautiful girls around him. One evening, when Pratik was returning back home, he felt dizzy and fell unconscious on the ground. He was immediately rushed to the hospital, just to find out that he had a major brain stroke. I was shattered by this news. The doctors said that he has to be rushed for an emergency brain surgery and told that 80% of his brain is not functioning. As I peeped from this small glass window of the ICU room, something inside shook me. Brain stroke at the age of 24. He was hitting the gym regularly. Hundreds and thousands of thoughts happened in my mind that night. I learned life is not fair for everyone. Everyone has their shares of challenges. My perspective towards life changed. A sense of gratification developed in me after this tragic incident. I started the journey of rediscovering myself. I got myself into sports again. I indulged in traveling and training. Of late, when I was doing my self-analysis, I realized that my communication skills, my presentation skills in my office meetings are not up to the mark. Hence, I discussed about my insecurities with one of my friends, and he introduced me to those skills. And here I am today to enhance my public speaking skills and my leadership skills. Life is not easy, life is hard at times, but we must not stop living life with full of our capabilities. As the saying goes, if you cannot fly, run. If you cannot run, walk. If you cannot walk, crawl. But by all means, keep moving, keep evolving. Thank you.
Thank you, Usha, for this amazing Christmas gift of introducing yourself to the club and for the invigorating speech and the personal touch in the speech, which helped us get to know you better. With that, let's move on to the next speaker. Before I call him, I'd like to call his evaluator. When I asked him what is his favorite memory of Christmas, he said that he recently started indulging in having truffle cakes. He had it once, then it's worked out, and after he has come back to Bangalore, it's become a habit for him to indulge in having truffle cakes on a daily basis. So let's give it up for the next evaluator, Atul Khatri. speech is to learn or review the basic methods of speech writing and deliver well-structured speech with a defined purpose. Time of this note, the timing of this meeting is 5 to 7 minutes. I wish my guys here all the very best. Back to you all.
Thank you, Arvind. Now let's welcome the next speaker for the evening. When I asked him what is his fond memory of Christmas, he shared a very funny incident from his childhood. When his brother was trying to decorate the Christmas tree and put the star on the top of the Christmas tree. As he climbed up the chair and put it, he fell on the Christmas tree and all the decorations at the Christmas tree fell with him. And he and his family looked at him in stunned silence for a while and burst into laughter, and they took a photo together just to remember this fond memory. So let's give it up for the next speaker, Toastmaster Madhur Patle. Madhur, make it till you make it. Madhur. How many of us ever tried cooking, especially during COVID lockdown? Many of us. Picture this, it's your cousin's birthday and you have decided to surprise everyone by your incredible culinary skills. I had a plan to bake a homemade, stunning and mouth-watering cake that will leave everyone speechless. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and dear guest. Have you ever taken on something with so confidence without knowing what might surprise you later? In my exploration, I have planned to bake a cake that will leave every baker in the town tremble with envy. I had a vision of perfect chocolate sponge with a rich creamy layer whipped on it and a glossy ganache, so smooth that it can stare into a shampoo commercial. I even knew the fancy words, the ganache, the fondant, and I tossed them around as if I am hosting a TV cooking show. So, the step one, sponge. I stir a batter like a TV celebrity chef, humming away, proud as ever, and I put that raw batter into the oven. I even give a little go as if invisible audience is applauding for me. After some time, a ring beeps and I open the door of oven. I was expecting a fluffy masterpiece, but I got a chocolate pancake and it has collapsed so flat that it was looking like it needed a hug. No problem. I told myself, ganache will save my day. Ganache is basically a melted cream or chocolate that you apply over a cake. What can go wrong? Apparently everything. I overheated the cream, and when I poured it onto the chocolate sponge, it turned into the lumps. It crumbled away, and it was looking like angry chocolate lava. But I stirred it like a maniac, hoping that it will magically turn smooth. Spoiler alert, it did not. At this point, my kitchen has turned into the crime scene, but with chocolate. Batter on the wall, cream on the ceiling, and chocolate all around the floor. At this point, I didn't quit. I brought a fondant, edible chocolate cake, edible chocolate clay, and I applied it over my cake, hoping that it will hide all the scenes. But at the end, I managed to look like a cake. I was sure on the taste, but it looked like a rock that has gone through a midlife crisis. Then I presented this cake to my cousin, and she was staring as if that might bite her first. The silence fell in the room. That's when my 5-year-old nephew jumped off, took a bite, and announced, "It's not that bad, it tastes like a chocolate chapati." Ladies and gentlemen, I turned a chocolate cake into a flat bread. That was my grand finale, the Great Cake Catastrophe. At this point, I realized that life is lot like my baking experiment. Sometimes you aim for a perfect result, but you get a flat bread, crazy Ganesh, and a fondant that look like a modern art gone wrong. But as depairs, the key is embrace the mess, laugh at disaster, because the stories that born from your failure are often the funniest and most memorable. Fellow Toastmaster and guest, here's the thought. Is failure a really failure if it leaves you with a story worth telling everyone? So next time, if life doesn't go as you plan, remember and ask yourself, what lesson and what laughter is waiting for you on the other side? Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Madhur, for baking us an amazingly flat chocolate chapati. But what a great speech by Toastmaster Madhur, and it all inspired us, if not, to try baking at least once in our life. Let's move on to the next speaker. Before I call upon the next speaker, I'll call upon the evaluator. When I asked him what was his favorite memory of Christmas, he said he loves receiving Christmas gifts. And when neighbors come home, the way they sing jingles and bring gifts along, that's a happy memories for him. Let's give it up for DTM Toastmaster.
The next speaker is attempting the same project. The objectives remain the same, where she has to write a speech, the purpose, and deliver the same. The project has generic purpose like to inform, inspire, to be able to inform in a rigorous way, project to persuade. The specific purpose is the message that she has. I want to note the timing is quite short.
Our next speaker is someone who loves partying, and her fondest memory is a grand party during her college days. So let's give it up for the next speaker, Toastmaster Bulbul. Toastmaster Bulbul, kindness replays Toastmaster.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Have you ever done something so simple and small yet it had created a bigger impact than you ever imagined? Good evening, Bright Hearts and fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. Let me take back to a 6-year-old me with a big heart and even a bigger appetite. My family, just like any other Marwari family, had a usual breakfast pattern: chapati and curd. After finishing my 2 chapati, I asked my mom, "Mom, can I have one more?" Now, before you think I was just an eating machine, let me tell you, this was not for me. This was for Tommy. Yes, Tommy the dog. The dog had the most unimagined name ever. The dog that makes you think that this is definitely the neighborhood dog. while I enjoy having my breakfast, I make sure to keep one extra chapati for Tommy. For my mom, her child was someone who barely survived, who survived just by barely eating anything. So asking an extra chapati was like a surprise to her. She was very happy about it, and she didn't ask any questions. For her, it was like her prayer has been answered finally. She also started doing this nazar thing to protect this eating habit from every life. Until one day, when she caught me slipping out of the door, running towards Tommy. Wait a minute, where are you going? I'm going to give this to Tommy. Instead of shouting at me, my mom smiled politely. She supported me not because I was sneaky, but because I was kind to an animal. She knew that this small activity is teaching me a valuable life lesson, value of compassion to a creature who can't speak but can definitely feel. Fast forward to one day when me and my brother were playing outside our house. So we live in a small city. We don't have playground in our city. So the playground for us is the busy street outside our house. So we make sure to cautiously play dodging cars and bikes. One day I was not paying much attention and I was running around and walked straight into a moving bicycle. I froze. I didn't see that coming. But when I turned, I saw something incredible. I saw that Tommy running towards that cyclist and chasing him until he panicked, lost control and fall down. This was new for me. I don't know if it was because of the sheer love of Tommy or it was that Tommy hated bike, but either way, it worked in my favor. The cyclist was okay. He just was a bit shaken, but what really struck me that day was Tommy saved my life. It was not because of the chapati I gave him that morning, but because of the bond we created. Simple act of giving one chapati had started a connection, and when it counted, it turned into something very beautiful, friendship. Most of you who knows me might be thinking that this girl doesn't like pets. Yeah, adult me is afraid of them, but I do have soft corner for them. For today, I want to share it with you one lesson that small gesture mattered. Even if it will not give you an immediate effect, the universe has its own plan to repay you back. So if you come across any time to help someone, even if it is so small, then just do it. It may not come back to you immediately, but believe me, it will come back.
What a wonderful speech. Kindness repays. This Christmas, whenever you have got the Christmas gift or the participant Christmas salsa, just think about this speech and remember that what you give comes back to you. So don't just give mugs or paper paintings. Give something more with love and care. Let's welcome our next speaker. Before that, let me call upon our evaluator. He is someone who has taken chilling to the next level. When I asked him what was his favorite memory of Christmas, in 2019, he hosted a party. In that party, he took chilling to the next level. Midway through the party, he got a high fever. And he just went and slept inside because he couldn't do anything. And he let his friends enjoy the party. It's like he's chilling while others are enjoying his own party. Let's call upon stage Toastmaster Akshay.
afternoon again. Today, my target speaker, Toastmaster Ruchi Jain, is going to be attempting the third project in her level 1. This is the project titled Introduction to Body Language and Vocal Variety. The purpose of this speech is for Toastmaster Ruchi to demonstrate her prowess with body language and vocal variety. Timer, we are please note that the time for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, Ruchi. Back to you then.
When being here to the wedding, I saw Toastmaster Ruchi just chilling with her eyes closed. And this calm and composure on her face right now is amazing. So, when I asked her what is her fond memory of Christmas, she said when she came here to Bangalore for the first time, she was walking down the church street and she went to a attended carol. She randomly popped there and with her friend, she had the most amazing night of Christmas. So let's call upon stage the next speaker, Toastmaster Ruchi. The title is very quirky, sorry for her. Toastmaster Ruchi, the great hand dilemma, Toastmaster Ruchi.
The great hand dilemma. Hand.
The great handle. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How many of you here are left-handed? None? How many of you here are right-handed? Oh, wow. We've got a house full of right-handed people. Well, kudos to all of you. You have achieved nothing significant in life by being born with a right hand dominant. Now, let me introduce myself. I am ambidextrous. Yes, people. Now that's a talent. For those of you who are not aware what ambidextrous means, it means people who can use both the hands equally well. But I wasn't born this way. I was born way left. Just like the state of Kerala. But my parents, like any normal healthy functional parents, were concerned. Look क्या करेंगे? How will she survive? How will she grow? In a world filled with right dominant hand people, will she be able to grow efficiently? And to make the matters worse, in 90s and early 2000s, people who were born with left hand were dominant, who were chided by people who had right hand dominant as Kabu. Kabu. My head was very like, what? Why? Does it make any sense? Does it? Well, to some people, it made sense. So, my parents decided to take matters in their own hands and retrain me from writing from left hand to right hand. And to my surprise, it was successful. And it came very handy, especially during those long Hindi exams, where I will be quickly switching from writing from left hand to right hand, back to left hand. And to my another surprise, my teachers never looked at my exam sheet, saw two handwritings, and went like, what? Why? Does it make any sense? Well, to my teachers, it made sense. But, sadly for my concerned parents, while they were successful in converting me from writing from left hand to the right hand, I did everything else with left hand. Everything. You name it. Eating it, chopping it, throwing it, grabbing it, holding stuff, everything left hand. quite a stir in my life, especially eating food. People would look at me with disbelief. Oh, like they had spotted a monkey in a zoo. You eat with left hand? What? Why? It doesn't make any sense. And some uncles, the concerned uncles who have opinion on everything, from cricket sports to global warming, they would go to the extent and commenting it. Why are you eating with left hand? Try eating with right hand now. Why? These are the same uncles who think forwarding chain WhatsApp messages will bring them good luck. They had never went like, what? Why? Doesn't make any sense. Well, to uncles, it makes sense. So, to solve this great mystery, why we live in a world dominated by right-handed people, I did an extensive research. I went to It gave me quite some explanation, like cultural needs, historical needs, religious needs, Hindi toilet needs, and it also went on to explaining me how in a world we left-handed people were associated with witchcraft. Witchcraft. Reading all of that, my head went like, what? Why? Doesn't make any sense. Well, to our sisters, it made sense. But folks, here's it. The point of this speech is, there's no absolute point. I know, your head went like, what? Why? Doesn't make any sense. To me, it makes sense. It doesn't matter whether you're a left-handed person or a right-handed person or a talented, ambidextrous person. Not everything in life needs to make sense. Let some mysteries be mysteries. Celebrate your own uniqueness and not every time you need to answer. What? Why? Does it make any sense? As long as it makes sense to you. Thank you.
What a humorous speech. What? Why? Does it make any sense? Unless it does to you. Thank you, Ruchi, for that amazing speech. And with that, we conclude our prepared speech section. And it's time for voting. So I request everybody to take out your phones and type in the link bit.ly/BHPM BOTE vote 1. Yeah, BHPM vote 1. bit.ly/BHPM vote VOTE and number 1. And you can vote for the best speaker out of all the 4 speakers. Yes, the link is coming up on the screen. If you haven't got the link is on the screen as well.
Folks, we have roughly 20 people in the room, so we need at least 18 votes. Please put down your votes.
not going further after speaker 2. It's not going further after speaker 2. Yes. The
Sorry about that, folks. Please refresh your forms, try one more time. Now it should work properly. Sorry about that. It's fine now? Yeah. We've got 11 responses. We need about 7 more. Everyone's done voting? We have 15 responses, 3 more at least.
Okay guys, thank you for voting, and we'll take a short break and reconvene at 5:35. Snacks are at the back. Happy networking. Here you go. Hope you had those amazing samosas and the warm chai. We wished for hot chocolate, but we had some yummy chai today. So let's go to our next section, and I'm signing off for the day and hand over the stage to our Santa Claus, who will be giving us constructive feedback. And let's give it up for the general evaluator for this evening, Toastmaster Prithvi.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster and Diehard Pavel. Before I proceed, I'd just like to confirm, when is the listener?
After the marriage.
So, are we all ready to get on the exploration of how the meeting went?
Yes.
Yes.
So, So let me start by calling upon the first evaluator on stage to evaluate the speech and answer by Toastmaster Usha Mani. Can we have Toastmaster
Run. If you cannot run, walk. If you cannot walk, crawl. But whatever happens, keep moving. Today, Toastmaster Usha showed us that we should keep moving forward in life, no matter what happens, no matter what life throws us up. Now let's dive into the highlights of a speech, things that really stood out in a speech. Number one, vivid descriptions. Things like climbing massive sand heaps felt like conquering Mount Everest. I met Pratik. He was tall, handsome, muscular. I felt like we are seeing him in real. When I returned home, I had shabby hair and pockets filled with sand. These vivid descriptions were beautifully sculpted, and it felt like movie scenes where we could imagine really being there and really living that moment as if it had happened really. And kudos to bringing out those vivid descriptions onto the surface like they actually happened. Now, second one is a transition. I like the way you transitioned in the entire speech. For example, you started on a light note by introducing yourself and talking about Bangalore, and then moving on to a serious note where you talked about your struggles and your family struggles. You followed the same pattern with Pradeep's story as well, where you had a humorous introduction of him, and we were thinking it was going somewhere else, and then you then moved to a darker note on what happened to him, how he got a brain stroke, and how that made you realize what life really is. That shows your awareness of how to transition and speak, that you don't always start dark, you start light, and you slowly move towards the darker side. And I really commend you on that, because it's not easy on your first speech to do that. Then is the structure. You had a clear intro where you introduced yourself. You had an articulate body where you talked about Bangalore, family struggles, and the unfortunate incident that happened to your friend. Then you concluded with a solid closing saying that keep moving, keep evolving. So your objective was to understand the structure of your speech, and you stuck to that, and you did a great justice to your objectives. Now, one improvement I have is the notes. Now, for your second speech, I challenge you to not have paper notes while giving the speech. I know it's hard and I know it's challenging, but try giving your next speech without having any paper notes. Overall, you had great vivid description, great transition, great structure, but if you could just not have paper notes next time, your speech will not just evolve, but transform in your next coming speeches. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manish. Up next, we have the second evaluator, Toastmaster Atul, to evaluate Toastmaster Madhur's speech.
Today, we all heard about Madhu's first ever cooking and baking experience. And how did you do about that? Let's find out. Starting with highlights of your speech. First was the detailing. You provided detail to every scene happening in your kitchen. For example, when you were done with your baking, and finally the map that you want to show, you showed that the batter was all over the wall, and the cream was on the ceiling, and the chocolate was on the floor. It showed me how big a map you have created on that. Second is your humor. Your speech had so many humorous elements, and I and along with audience, everyone laughed. For example, when you said you started with your preparation, you whisking your cream, and you bowed as if there was an imaginary audience over there. Second, when you mentioned what could go wrong in your preparation, and you said apparently everything can go wrong. Third is, you were baking a cake and you were mentioning how your cake would look like, and you compared with something something which is not at all cake. For example, you said angry chocolate lava, or you said bread, comparing cake with bread. Third is your message. You explained about how your preparation was, and finally ended your speech with a message, a powerful message about embarrassing the failures and laughing at your disasters, and told that what could happen if you don't succeed. You mentioned that even if you fail, it will not be a failure if you are making some memory out of that. About your areas of improvement, I would say your comments were not correct. When you ask for one question, and after that you quickly move to the next segment. For example, when you started your question as how many of you ever planned to bake a cake, right? After that you did not give people to respond to that. You just moved ahead as if you look like you were not expecting any answers. You could have said that raise your hand if you ever tried cooking or baking like that. All in all, you did great job with humor, detailing and message. But if you could challenge yourself on the pauses, you would take the most delicious speech that will dazzle everyone in them. Back to
Thank you, Toastmaster Atul. To evaluate Toastmaster Bulbul's speech, give it up for Toastmaster Subhash.
Toastmaster Bulbul has chosen to inform us about a bond between a self and a pet. Okay, also added sprinkled some humor this card too. Firstly, I would like to compliment her with a great voice. She had great clarity throughout the speech. There was humor here and there as if regarding the pet. And when she was talking about the pet, I got this light smile and love my face. And there were certain twists when she was taking that extra chapati and going and making the pet. These are certain highlights and but let's move on to the areas of improvement. Because you had a rhetorical question which was really nice, but after that, you took us back to your childhood and you started your story. It was about your pet. And you used to give extra chapati and you used to pet that dog and you used to maybe make the dog so big and trained. You asked, and when you were playing on the road, the dog will one day try to chase the string, right? All that was really nice, but there were certain points towards the end of the speech where you really mentioned, and I thought you could really elaborate on certain points, like on friendship, soft corner for dogs, small gestures back. I mean, these are points where I thought you could maybe elaborate it in a single line. But I believe those were part of the list. One more suggestion is that when you are actually talking about the dog, probably first you could talk about saying that, Mommy, I need chapati. Then you would slowly reveal the suspense of you going to the pet. And then slowly you would actually introduce the pet to all of us. And I mean that way of introduction should also work. to summarize the whole speech, it was a really nice way of storytelling, of your story about your pet, your friend, who helped you during childhood, who was a great bond during your childhood. I would say storytelling was one of your best skills, and please keep it up. And I love the storytelling of this.
Thank you, Toastmasters Vivian Subash. To evaluate the last speaker for today, let's welcome on stage Toastmaster.
Alright, good evening everyone. Good evening. In a world that is all right, what do you do when you are left? Like our Toastmaster Ruchi said. Toastmaster Ruchi, first let's start with all the things you did, right? Starting with your body gestures. There were many points in your speech where you not only utilized the right gestures, but utilized it with the right emotions. When you said left to right to left. And of course, how can we forget the catchphrase, what? Why? Does it make any sense? What I love about the way you use your gestures is how you bring emotion to it as well to amplify it. So, well done there. The second, and I really have to comment this, is your humor. Today, Ruchi demonstrated a wide array of kinds of humor, starting with the joke in the beginning where you said, left all the way like Kerala. This could mean a lot of things. It could mean geographically, it could mean in our political inclinations, wink wink. You go on to talk about things such as, I did an extensive research. I went to ChatGPT. Excellent use of misdirection to get a huge laugh from the audience today. And finally, when you mentioned good old classics, uncles who forward messages, of course, always going to laugh at jokes like that. You never get tired. Now coming to your areas of improvement, I have two major ones and one very minor one. Starting with your relatability and connect with the audience. Today, you are addressing a room full of right-handed people. So at many points in your speech, I didn't quite relate to your stories. Knowing a lot of people and friends who are left-handed, I didn't understand it was such a big taboo. So maybe a part of it was done as humor, to exaggerate it and amplify the humor. But many portions felt a little unrelatable, even though it was humorous. Secondly, the point, which is there is no point. Now, when you talk about things that don't make any sense, personally for me, I think about it biologically. I know that if you're right-handed, it's because you have a left dominant brain. If you're left-handed, it's a right dominant brain. So that's something which makes sense to me. My only piece of advice to you is when you pick a message like this, maybe another theme which fits it. For example, love. Love doesn't make any sense. But being left or right-handed to me makes sense. You know what I mean? So what will you do to kind of make that message more relatable to the audience and them? Coming next to repetition of the catchphrase, it was great, but there is the law of diminishing returns. I felt by the 7th or 8th time it was one time too many. So definitely something that humorous, try to tone down the usage. Finally, volume. There was a portion where you spoke about kaboom. I didn't quite understand what that was. The volume was completely diminished there, so it felt completely unrelated. Definitely ensure that the volume is high enough for key statements, especially if the follow-up is audience interaction. When you were asking us, does it make any sense? I'm like, no, I didn't hear it also. Right? In conclusion, while I do think you can make your speech more relatable, it has to connect with the audience more, and you should check with the way you repeat catchphrases and the way you use your volume. Today you demonstrated great body gestures and great use of humor through the vocal writing as well. Great job. Back to you, Trish.
Thank you. With that, we come to the end of the design speech evaluation session. I'd like to have the timer on stage to present his report. Please, Master Priyansh, can you give him a huge round of applause?
Hi everyone.
Hello.
Hello. We started out at 4:11
So I read out a specific timing. For that we have two disqualifications. One is Indragat Usha. She took 7 minutes 13 seconds. And another is Indragat Bulbul. She took 4 minutes 20 seconds. So I read out the time. SA Sneha took 3 minutes 8 seconds. Deciding officer Akshay took 4 minutes 49 seconds. Remote level took 30 minutes 55 seconds. General Valuated Liquid took 6 minutes 40 seconds as of now. Speaker 2 Madhu took 5 minutes 10 seconds. Speaker 4 took 5 minutes 20 seconds. Valuator 1 Manish took 3 minutes 4 seconds. Valuator 2 Atul took 2 minutes 15 seconds. Valuator 3 Subhash took 3 minutes 20 seconds. Valuator 4 Akshay took 3 minutes 19 seconds.
Toastmaster Priyansh, to present the outcome of the report of today's meeting, let's welcome on stage Toastmaster Twinju.
Hey everyone, so good evening again. I'm back with my report, and I must say today's speeches are as smooth and bright as disco stars. Let's see how people perform and then hear my report. As a Sneha Sirkar used 2 times up and a clutch words specific was so great job and we can improve and got that as well. And general matter lifting used only once not too much of to care about, but yeah. Speaker 1 Usha Kumari once and a clutch word like 2 times. Also there were some repetitive words such as fact like office meetings, so this should be improved. Speaker 2 Madhu Patle 2 times, and also in some instances so and were used as clutch words. Speaker 3 Bulbul Bansal used 4 times so we can improve on that as well. Incision is flawless, so kudos on that. Evaluator 1 Manish Reddy used in introduction once, so no problem there. And also repeated words like how was occurrence of that. Evaluator 2 Atul Khatri he used several times, and also repeated words like imaginary was appeared in the speech. Evaluator 3 Subhash Chandra he used may, when, talk about kind of repeated words. So yeah, that was the thing. Akshay Ram as the monitor 4, he is flawless. Toastmaster of the day, Levin Shah. I guess it feels like he has a habit of using and, so we can improve on that. Grammarian and Abhishek, Priyansh was flawless. And also I used 3-4 times and single time. So thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Twinju, to present the remaining report for the day. Can we have Gautam up on screen?
Ask Gautam to wait for 2 minutes. Ask him.
Gautam.
Few seconds.
Yes. Yeah. Am I audible now? Can someone confirm? Okay. Thank you and good afternoon again. Good evening again to everyone. To say that the word of the day exploration has been used twice. Once from Tripti, general evaluator Tripti, and the second one used the word of the day is Madhur Patle. And coming to good usage of the grammar, there are a couple of good words that has been used by many of the people who today. First by Akshay, saying smiles more than Santa and revocation. Guest one, Anirudh used words like vicinity, and general evaluator Tripti used hop into the chimney and different festivities and add sparkles to make more lovely. And Usha used good grammar saying eyes used to lit up, spectacular, gratification, and shabby hair. Atul Khatri used your speech has, most delicious speech. And Madhur, who was saying mouth-watering cakes, shampoo commercials, and then embracing failure, laugh at disasters. And then Speaker 3 Bulbul, big heart, even a brighter appetite. Small gestures mattered. And coming to Ruchi, Speaker 4, Ruchi saying to my surprise, it was stressful. Spotted monkey in a zoo and picking stones to global warming. These were some of the good uses of the grammar. And coming to the areas of improvement in terms of grammar, the words which is crutch, instead of saying that, the crutch words are, right? And I will have a question. Instead of saying, I will be asking questions. Your speech has so many humor. Instead of that, your speech has good humor. And then I steer a better instead of I steer the better. Yeah, this is the report from my side. Thank you.
Alright. Aren't you all very silent in the room? Let's do a quick energy check. People on my right will say jingle and people on my left will say bells. On my count of 1, quick 10-second activity. 1.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells.
That. Both are at par only. Someone has to win. Again.
Jingle bells.
Awesome. Now that you are aware and in the room, let's welcome on stage our next role taker who's going to test how mentally aware you all were throughout the meeting. Can we have our listener on stage, Toastmaster Abhishek?
Today is my day. Okay, I am back. I'm back to check your listening skills. So, I will be picking you guys randomly and asking you questions. And whoever answers will have a small prize. Okay? So, let's start with our guest. Anyone have a guest? Maybe you first? Maybe you? Alright. So, I have a question. While evaluating Bulbul, evaluating guest has complimented which skill of the Bulbul?
Storytelling.
Great. Now we have Anirudh. So question for you is, okay, how much chapati Bulbul used to save for his Tommy? Great. Okay. So question for you is, for Madhur, what was one of his fond memory of Christmas when he tried to decorate the Christmas tree and he messed up with the star. What happened? Great. Let's go for Manish. Okay. So Manish, question for you. We have a guest, Tushar. He's a part of another sponsor club. What was the name of the club? LE1. TCS club. But still we can find. Okay. Quickly wrapping up. Two more. Maybe. Shamash. Okay. So remember, this canopy has fallen, and our bright herd quickly jump, turn into action, and save us. So, which character he refer himself from the movie Matrix? You want to give a pass? Pass. Anyone? Please. Neo. Great. Okay. Maybe two people, one people can answer, but you will get 2 topics. Awesome. It is fill in the blanks. Okay. Dash of Frankfurt got dash as Secret Santa gift. Okay. Dash of Frankfurt gets dash as Secret Santa gift. You have to apply the dash first. Yeah. Please. Akshay got one. But no. What is this dash refer to? Please.
King of Red.
Yes. One more dash. Dash.
Bug.
No. One more.
Jesus.
Yes. Thank you. Very good building skills. Thank you. Hand over to the evaluator.
Thank you, Master Abhishek, for the lovely session. 8 minutes. Okay, I have 8 minutes to the line quickly. Starting with the meeting. I think it started a bit late, but we are going to line it running one time, and 2 minutes from my little evaluation have been cut short. Starting with Sneha. I think this is the first time hearing you on stage, and what an excellent job, Sneha. I love the way you incorporated that creative piece of jingle bell, which I took inspiration from, and you have a very clear presence on the stage. Just keep working on it, and you'll go to the taking places. Coming to the presiding officer, Akshay, flawless as always, along with your way of welcoming the guests. I really would like to give you a special mention of showing the extra ninja powers by protecting everyone on stage from that urban world.
He almost died.
Just an area of improvement in terms of like the standards of Toastmasters. We talk about religion, sex, politics, we refrain from that. But in today's meeting, I heard Jesus being said multiple times in different contexts, specifically by you, and this girl was listening to you. So, something that you were like awesome, right? And second, minor improvement, something that I learned from you, get all the role takers to stand up and making this session, for everyone to know that, okay, these are the speakers for me, specifically speakers. Okay, moving on to the Timot. Yes, Timot, the man who every smiles more than the Santa. What a wonderfully executed role level. I have seen you multiple times coming on stage and have that command. And today was one of the, one of those instances. And like the way you got audience moved right in between getting a look at dance things and talking about Christmas and how it's celebrated across the world in different countries. Something of value to the audience. As an area of improvement for you, I would suggest you to reorganize the way you do not, right? Something that I personally observe. getting to the games right in the beginning has become a standard, right? So you also made everyone stand up and did that thing. Maybe certain easy steps because people were not, wondering which way to go. Some easy steps and started with kind of Christmas and then supplemented with your personal story and then get to the games. Change the narrative. But overall, great job. Loved it. And now I move on to the prepared speech section. Yes, evaluator 1 who evaluated Vijay Kumari's speech. Very well structured, Manish. You are one of the great evaluators that I learn a lot from. You. Your and my points mostly aligned. Emphasis, vivid speech, transitions, Usha, great job. I think your phrase that you used in the speech, where flying, running, walking, crawling are like transitions that you want to like. I feel this is your first step in your Toastmaster journey. Baby step, which will soon take you to run and then eventually fly. So, very good job. Can we have our Manish, I don't have any specific feedback for you. Just one minor point. You said darker when you move from softer aspects to darker aspects. As an evaluator, let's be a little empathetic and like we could have replaced two emotionally charged moments in the speech. Yeah. Usha Kumari done. Moving on to Madhur. Madhur, what is speech? What is speech, man? I felt like I was there in the kitchen with you, baking with you, while you made a mess out of the kitchen. While people in the kitchen gave you an invisible power, for your humor and for your body language, I gave you a visible power. I think you have a great natural humor, Madhur. Your evaluator, Atul already pointed out, many of them that I also have happened to write. Your body language was the content, the overall content design. One challenge area for you, use pauses. I think that will really help you to take places. One example, when you said what could go wrong? Well, everything. Like pause, right? This makes a difference. That's for you, Atul. Great progression of how you're doing the evaluation. So proud of you as a mentor. Your evaluation was mostly on point, just a very minor nitpick. Instead of saying negatively oriented statements, spin it positively. You mentioned like quote pauses were not correct. Instead of saying that, you could have used more pauses to elevate your speech, right? So refrain from using the negative sentences, otherwise great evaluation. Bulbul. Yes, I love your speech, Bulbul. Giving chapati to the dog. I could see Tommy, and one challenge area for you, slow down your pace. I think for the entire duration of the speech has really kind of catch up. So slow down your pace and make the message towards them more relatable. When you said that, okay, I gave one chapati to that dog and it really helped me, in understanding the importance of kindness. For you, it could be a helping hand to a person, yada yada. For you, it could be, a shoulder to lean on, some relatability to the audience that make your message more relatable. Subhash, Subhash, great evaluation. I would really want you to work on the structure, have a clear opening, body and conclusion. That's all point of feedback from my end. Moving on to the last speaker of today's meeting is Master Ruchi. Great handwriting. What? How did you do that? Is it believable? I've seen you, Ruchi, take leaps in your growth journey to Toastmasters, and it's so heartwarming to see you shine on stage today. And I totally agree with all the feedbacks that Toastmasters Akshay had. I felt the catchphrase could have been overall, you have been excelling now. And it's really, really good to see the kind of effort that goes behind the scenes to come up on the stages, speak, and captivate the audience participants. Great job there. Toastmaster Akshay. I learned a lot from your evaluation. I don't have anything to add. Moving on, the timer from the my timer, Priyansh, one area of challenge for you when you interact with the audience, you ask a question and you get a response, you also give a response. Don't jump onto your speech or your whatever. Like, for example, you ask, where did this come from? Akshay said, Sandra. And then you directly jump, maybe you say, oh, right, nice. Now let me use my whatever. Our founder, Pinshu, very elaborate report. First time a role taker. Can we hear it from very, very elaborate. Or one challenge or an area of movement, I noticed that you were swinging up in front while you were speaking. So something that you can consciously work on in conversations. Ramelia and Gautam, all good, loved your evaluation. One area of improvement could be the choice of word, right? We always try to choose adjectives because that has higher scope of integration in speeches. Exploration is a noun, so it limits the possibility of using it for larger numbers. And Abhishek, lastly, is it your first time on there? Oh, great job. Loved your questions. Just one suggestion. Instead of pointing at the members and asking, okay, you stand, no, I don't stand, maybe just ask them to raise your hand and bring their evaluation of it. That will be my point. With that, I come to the end of my evaluation. Did I miss anyone? No. So let's get to the voting. Take out your phones, type down bit.ly / it's right there on the screen.
Folks, we have 8 responses. Let's try to get this to 17 at least. Please vote for the...
With that, I'd like to call...
No. Please fill out the feedback as well for the meeting, as well as vote for your best role takers.
How many of us have finished voting? Okay. Let's continue to vote. Alright, so welcome back on stage, the deciding officer of the day, Toastmaster Akshay.
I'm tallying out the winners. While I'm doing that, it's going to take another 30 seconds. I do know that there are some guests who have yet to come on stage. Shan, you are one. Can we have a raise of hand to those guests who haven't yet come on stage? Shan there. So why don't all three of you come on stage, please, please, please. Ravi, Pawan. So Shan, Ravi and Pawan. So why don't each of you one by one tell us how was your experience today at Bright Hearts? Any particular favorite moments and just enlighten the audience. So we'll start with you, Shan, and you can pass the mic to them. Please ensure that you're in front of the camera.
Hi everyone, good evening. It was great experience, particularly speaker Ruchi and then Madhu. Sorry if I'm like pronouncing your name incorrect. So I feel like the speech was great. From the start and like vocabulary, what they used. So it was great experience, and I love it and looking forward.
And I specifically like which I was doing maybe biology. And what I analyze is how you guys analyze that it's a multiple layer of evaluation, and evaluators are also getting evaluated. So I really enjoyed that and hope to see you again.
I also like how not only verbal communication but also non-verbal communication is being spoken about here. I really love to see the
Alright, so with that, Pawan, Shan, Ravi, hope to see you guys at Bright Hearts more often. We hope you have a nice time today as well. And let us get into the winners of meeting 13 of Bright Hearts Toastmasters. Starting with the best auxiliary role taker of meeting 13. The winner is Toastmaster Sneha Vasulkar. Congratulations, Sneha. This is not your first time with the role. We did have a chaotic start today. A lot of equipment was malfunctioning. Some of us, the members were malfunctioning as well. But I think we kind of do one of those tough things that we kind of just persevere towards the end. Again, congratulations. Looking forward to doing more roles. Thanks so much. Right there. Coming next to the best evaluator, Toastmaster Akshay Open. Alright, let's move next to the best role player. And the winner is Toastmaster Tripti Tripathi. Congratulations, Tripti. You're in red, diamond card was red. What can I say? A whole lot of fun. Jokes aside, great, immaculate report. Again, a lot of your experience and your values and expertise from MSR. I can see that obviously as a mentor. I love the extra nudge you give, even like icebreaker speakers, so that they feel encouraged. That's something only a veteran evaluator. Congratulations. Here is your certificate, which is right here. Thank you so much. Please stand right there. And now we come to the best speaker. It was a tough contest. I think we saw a lot of great speeches today, a lot of heartfelt speeches, but there can be only one. And the winner for the Best Speaker Award for Meeting 13 of Bright Hearts Toastmasters is Toastmaster Ruchi Jain. Wonderful job. I think once again you showcase how you are the queen of humor in this club. This is not the first time you're doing a humor speech. It is something similar at Elevate, which bagged in the first runner-up position. It's no surprise, as Tiffany stated, you are making huge strides here in Bright Hearts. I love the exploration you are doing in terms of humor. Looking forward to more speeches like that. Congratulations. Here is your certificate. Let's hear it for the best speaker. For a picture, may I request my good friend Neville to take a picture. Alright, that's I think you can turn it around. Okay, thank you so much. Just a quick announcement, Bright Hearts, please do not leave right after. There are a couple of things we need to do, so please stay at Bright Hearts. In addition to that, no major announcements. We are reaching the end of the year. Next weekend, we are going to have meeting number 14, which also doubles up as the third official Bright Fest of Bright Hearts Toastmasters. For guests who are wondering what this is, it is a party essentially with a lot of dance, alcohol, karaoke, and this time around there is something very special happening. And they are pulling some strings. If it happens, you will know tomorrow. So, looking forward to all of you being there, guests, members, HSR folks, all of you are invited. Let's have a blast next weekend. And on that note, I declare meeting number 13 of Bright Hearts Toastmasters closed.